Hey guys, I'm back with more EverQuest. This time I'm actually on my Cleric. And I'm in Corner's Castle, managed to get a basement group, which isn't bad. Oh, cool. I'm now completely 2 bubbles in. Nice. So I'm getting closer and closer to being halfway done with 55, and then of course level 56 I get 96% res. My group here consists of a Shadow Knight, 2 rogues, and a chamois. And it looks like our tank might have... Shit. Guess our tank went AFK without letting us know. Whoa. Dang. Okay. We survived. Kinda got a big pull here. That got kinda dicey. But we should be okay. We got a pretty beefy tank here. And 2 rogues. But yeah, it's been like, what, over half a year since I last played this tune seriously. Yeah, I'm quite rusty. I gotta get back into the swing of things. He's offering... A lot of times people will offer the clerics. A lot of times people will offer clerics in the group paradots because that's what we use for symbol spells, and of course symbol spells are HP buffs. Really useful. I would use Heroic Bond as a way to group heal, but that uses a lot of mana. And it looks like that rogue there might have probably the breastplate that allows them to heal themselves. I guess I should tell them how much mana I have. Yeah, but basement isn't really that bad for experience when you're starting to get higher up in levels. Like basement and the hands room. They seem to be pretty good for experience when you get to the mid 50s. Of course, Seb is probably the best option for leveling when you hit mid 50s to the 60s. Seb has such awesome experience and also really good items. And it's a really, really fun zone too. So if you can manage to get a group there, it's pretty nice. The only thing that sucks about it is that it's really out of the way, and it can be a hassle to get there and stay there because there's not really any nearby towns. So going there is kind of a commitment on your part. Like you should make sure that you've got plenty of food and supplies with you. I mean, I don't buy food, I summon all my food. But not everybody can do that. I guess I will. I'll go ahead and give a heal over time to our chamois there. Helps him out, helps him get mana. And my throat's kinda drying out. I hadn't planned on doing a video, this is really a spur of the moment type thing. Because I hopped onto my Cleric and, decided to just come over here and see if I could get a group, and I got a group almost right away. Getting down here is pretty easy for a Cleric too, because it's pretty much all undead, and of course Clerics get invisibility versus undead, so... it's not a bad deal. I like helping out Chamois heal, just because low HP aggro can be a problem. And something's trying to... need a battery. Yeah, sometimes people will refer to the Necro Twitch as battery. And of course, what Necro Twitch is, that's when a Necro imparts their mana onto somebody else. Very useful, especially on raids. There are so many instances on raids that having Necros there to twitch me and the other clerics just was such a lifesaver. Because sometimes raids can be demanding. Sometimes you really gotta heal, and it's nice to have that backup with mana. Necros are just awesome all around. You might have noticed that I'm holding like this weird scroll thing. This is what I have as my primary. Pretty good. I got it in the Tower of Frozen Shadow. A zone that's a real big pain in the butt to die in. Not that I've ever died in it, but I was once in a group where 2 of my group mates died. And what makes it so sucky is that in order to traverse through the dungeon, you need keys. It's one of those dungeons. And you know, of course, when you die, the keys they're not soulbound. So when you die, you don't have the keys on you. Which makes a really, really crappy situation when you got group mates that die. You basically need to try to get somebody that has the keys to help you out. Or you can just get a necro to summon the corpses. That would be the easiest way. But if you don't want to go that way, you're gonna probably have an hour-long headache ahead of you. That was basically what happened to me when I went there. I mean, it's a really neat zone. But yeah, I'm not too fond of dungeons that use a key system. It just makes corpse runs an absolute nightmare. Okay, I'll heal over time. The rogue. And I'll heal him over time too, just in case he needs to canny. Yeah, when I'm down here, basically all I do is heal. If I were in the left courtyard, I'd probably do some stunning too, because there are some mobs that like to complete heal. So sometimes I'll stun them to break their casting concentration. Can only really do it one at a time, so if it starts to cast again, it's up to the rest of the group to make sure it doesn't succeed. And sometimes I will root when a mob goes onto a squishy or whoever. Sometimes I will root it just to help them out. Yeah, there are a few different things I can do other than heal and buff. I guess you can say I got some tricks up my sleeve. We're doing pretty well down here. Experience is rolling in. Yeah, and you might notice that the chamois keeps proccing so every time he cannibalizes, and I'm not completely sure, but I wager the reason why is so that is I think what happens when you proc a spell on an item is that there's something called a global cooldown, and basically what that is any spells that are cooling down after you proc the item, it basically makes it to where all your spells, they're done cooling down. They don't need to cool down anymore. So I think that's what he's doing with that. I think that's the reason why. It just helps him to get it over with quicker. Helps him to cast quicker. I think that's what's happening. I've never actually done anything like that myself. I was thinking about trying to get something that I could proc, like the Goblin Skull earring, which lets you proc Grimoire. I think that might work, but I've never tried it out. I'd like to get one and see if it does work. Okay, so he's getting down in health. The way that I like to complete heal is I like them to get down to around 30%, usually under. And the reason why I do that is it basically maximizes my mana use, because complete heal is a very mana heavy spell. It takes 400 mana for one heal, and tanks tend to be really beefy, so they can take the abuse. You don't have to worry about them going down really quickly. So, you know, there's a very high probability that they're going to survive the 10 seconds that it takes for you to cast the complete heal. And it's just like I said, it's more mana efficient to wait until they're lower down in health before you cast it. Okay, so he's getting around 30% health. When he goes under, I'm going to start casting. And I have this stuff hotkeyed. Okay, so go the guns. And I always say when I'm doing it so that the tank knows that I'm doing it and they won't panic. He's kind of low, so I'll put a heal over time on him, because he really shouldn't be taking damage at this point. And we'll go ahead and put it on her. It's a heal over time spell. Heals 180 HP a tick for about 5 ticks. Very, very handy. Doesn't take that much mana. I actually do have an undead dot Maybe I'll whip it out. Turning of the unnatural. Since I'm not really taxed for mana right now. So I'll let him go ahead and get the aggro. So that's 25 damage a tick, and there are a lot of ticks, actually. Like, it lasts for a while. It's pretty good. It's yet another little thing that I could do to help. Yes, one of the nice things about Corner's Castle is that it's an outdoor zone. So you can use outdoor spells like so and stuff. It's pretty convenient. It's pretty nice to be able to have so in a dungeon. It's a little more crowded than I thought it would be. Because it's pretty late where I am. It should be getting late for people who live on the Pacific coast. Yeah, I've got this scroll here. The Prophecy Scroll, and Book of Obulus, of course, and Medicine Totem. Volunteer Ring. And I've got a Supple Skill Armband, which you get from here. Plus 5 wisdom, and plus 25 mana, and also plus 5 intelligence. It's pretty nice. You can get that from the hand group. Drops off of one of the big Drollvargs. And of course I got a Weight of the Gods, which you get from the Plane of Sky. Oh, and apparently we got somebody. What was he? Oh, he was a chamois. Yeah, maybe their current chamois is leaving? Would really like a brownie. I haven't really been looting. I'll just take that so I can... I don't know. Usually people don't really want to roll on that stuff because it didn't sell for that much, but I could always give it to my Necro if nobody wants to roll on it. Usually people just let that stuff rot. I'll just ask. Whoa. Yeah. Alrighty then, well, I think this is a pretty good spot to stop the video. I mean, I gotta go AFK for a little bit anyway. But yeah, I've gotta go AFK for a little bit, and I don't want to do that while I'm rolling video. But I think this is a good place to stop. So, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next part.